Occupied America. Occupied by an illegitimate, unelected government. They install their soldiers into every level of our country, spreading like a plague, killing the spirit of America. By design and purpose, they have stolen this country away from the American people, replaced a constitutional republic with a democratic socialism, forced will upon the people to serve to the will of the installed establishment. Loss of sovereignty, employment, and national pride have left a deep scar across this nation, leaving many feeling abandoned, unrepresented. Our voice stolen. Where has our defiance gone? I look across the country and the sadness of our resolve bleeds through the false narrative of the media propaganda machine. Our people feel defeated. We must, through sheer determination and pressure, rise above the opposition and oppression, take back our nation. The American people possess within them the sheer audacity of our founding, if we only have the courage to harness this power. By knowing our history, we learn from our past the theory of America, a truly untested representative government, a first for human history, liberty and freedom of the individual, the hallmark to our founding. Our Bill of Rights reinforces and ensures preservation of our liberties. Unthinkable that a militarized force could occupy our nation's capital to protect what and from whom? Americans, to separate the establishment ruling class from the American people, to make it easier to ignore the destructive rebounds to their sheer tyranny in this nation. If you love this country, it is impossible to not see the divide from the people and the establishment. These people do not represent any of our national values. They mock and assault the symbols of our nation, our people, and our ideology. Where is the intelligence that is sufficient in nature to allow soldiers to operate within the continental United States? We have specific guidelines, laws, and policies to dictate this behavior. Has this been met? What are the conditions? Why is the flow of real information to the American people being so severely restricted? It can only be described as a hostile occupation of the heart of this nation. Whether it be controlled by an internalized anti-American forces or foreign actors, the repercussions remain the same. The tyranny of rule against the American people and the rise of the establishment. Our branches of government transformed into political action centers for furthering the institutionalized deconstruction of a nation. Mass exportation of employment forces the hands of the working class. Programmed reliability of the system. They seek to make all citizens completely dependent upon their system. They want to be worshipped as our betters, the ruling class who are charged to overlook the slaves of the workers. Too idiotic to manage their own lives. Such a simpleton of people cannot be trusted to conform to the narrative of the wise ones. Why would a free people tolerate such oppression by an occupied force? This is the concerning question of why. we have not removed the entire establishment. I suspect it is because they have broken our will. What other explanation could there be? Why would an armed citizen population sit back and watch the deconstruction of their country and do nothing? I am sure in Germany, when the Nazi regime was rising to power, there was a similar sentiment, and still the evil regimes always rise up against their people, against the good of a nation, to enslave the population of a free nation and make its citizens conform to their will. Can this cancer on our country be removed? It is a shadowed future on a rocky path forward we face. No simple solutions or easy ways to go about it. We can see the possibility of our involvement at the micro level. When we get involved, our design and sovereignty of the states to operate their own centralized government, provided for a separation away from the establishment. The consent to be governed comes from the governed. If a change to national direction that is working against the will of Americans, we must get involved, remove the cancer from our states. Only through action, courage of conviction, and determination can we restore an occupied America and free our people. We go through this perpetual motion where we accept the irresponsible actions of the establishment in a failed hope of appeasement. We have to hold these people accountable for their actions. Every time we do nothing to their blatant disregard for our country, they get emboldened. Never let them forget this is our country, and we do not accept an occupied America.